It is a raucous crowd here. Game number 6 in a World Series where the road team has won every single game. The home team has 2 chances to reverse the trend. The Philadelphia Phillies have 2 shots to win the World Series. Shot number 1 is tonight. Can Toronto force a Game 7, a winner-take-all for the World Series? Or will Philadelphia go away tonight sipping champagne? All the games have been close. 3 of the 5 games so far have been within 1 run. A 4th within 2 runs. Marty Bystrom will start for the Phillies and Dave Stieb for the Toronto Blue Jays. This is going to be enormous. This could be this deciding game. This is coming up next. Marty Bystrom will start off. He started 1 game before. He's 1-0, 1.69 ERA. 5 1/3, 7 hits, a 1.69 whip though, 3 strikeouts and 2 walks. And here's Damaso Garcia tied for the second on the Blue Jays with 9 RBI, and we're ready to go. Garcia, Bystrom to Garcia, we're underway, and they're going to hit it on the ground. Schmidt will drop it, and Damaso gets on first. So they want to force a Game 7 early here. It wasn't the greatest of bunt, but if it were, he might have been out. And Damaso gets on first. Now, here's Bonnell, who's really cooled down in the last. Oh, they throw it away, and they're going to go to second. A huge mistakes by Philadelphia now. And it was all Toronto in the last game, and now it's all Philadelphia with the mistakes early. Schmidt not being able to handle the bunt, and now Garcia going to second on the air. Here's Bonnell at 269. That'll be on the ground. Schmidt to Perez, 1 out. They can't get him to third. Not what they wanted. And Bonnell, so Garcia, Bonnell, Mosby, Barfield, Upshaw, and they go with Witt as the catcher. Johnson, Mullenix, and Griffin. They have a team average of 259. So here's Floyd Mosby now. 1 on, 1 out, and they'll go to third. They throw home, and he is safe. Damaso Garcia with 2 steals here in the first inning. Oh, my goodness. Big time right here. Big time. So now in sacrifice position, Lloyd Mosby. That's on Bystrom for taking so long. Mosby fouls it off. Quickly 0-2. Last 10 games, 12 for 41, 293. The 0-2 with 1 out, top of the first inning. High pop fly to left. Are they going to catch it? And no. Here in the top of the first inning, 1 out. Lloyd Mosby. Inside 1-2. The inside 2-2. 2-2 Mosby. Down below today. Oh, he might have wanted to swing, but it hit the backstop and it came back. It's now 3-2. He might have wanted to swing to get to first base, because if you throw to first, they're coming home. They missed a big opportunity here. And Mosby, high pop fly, center field. It's not going to be far enough, or maybe will it be? They're going to come home. The throw to home. They might get him. They get him. He's out. And Toronto. Oh, they have a lot. They, for some reason, don't count the air. And it even said E1. But then he's out, and it's 0-0. My goodness. Toronto with their mistakes now, and here's Dave Stieb. 5 starts, he's 3-1, 4.03 ERA, 29 innings, 15 strikeouts, 12 walks, 30 hits. His whip is 145. That's walks and hits per innings pitched. And here's Bob Dernier. He's ended up scoring 9 runs. He's first on the Phillies, tied for first. When he gets on, he comes around. And inside, ball 1. 414 in the last 7 games, 12 for 29. The 1-0. That'll be on the ground and foul, 1-1. Dernier is hitting .367. He's been a staple. And the crazy part was he came in after Vaughn Hayes was hurt in game number 1 of the Atlanta series. He came in game 2. Pete Rose came in. We haven't seen Pete Rose since. So it'll be 2-2, bottom of the first inning. Nobody out, Steve, and that'll be Dernier on the ground and a base hit. So now they get there. Oh, and they throw it away, but it doesn't go farther. So now, instead of Garcia, they got Dave Steve. They got, Demasi, they got Dernier on first. And the pitch, it'll be 1-0. Vaughn Hayes, 229. A home run and 5 RBI. Steve giving up a big base hit, the 1-0. And it'll be a strike there, 1-1. Hayes was 2 for 4 with a triple. You remember when he headed to center field and Floyd Mosby misjudged it. He made it 1-0 for the longest time. There's a striking in. Bobby Cox knows they want to become the 6th road team. 5 out of 5 the road teams in this series. Meaning Toronto won the first 2 and Philadelphia won the next 3. The 2-2, bottom of the first inning. Now to be on the ground, could be 2. Griffin to Garcia to Upshaw. And there's 2 outs. Oh, how big that was. So you have Dernier, Hayes, and Schmidt. Diaz, Morgan, and Matthews. Perez, Maddox, De Jesus. 255 average in the postseason. Dernier doing so much better than everybody else. And Mike Schmidt with 12 RBIs. He's first on the Phillies, as he had the sac fly yesterday to make it 1-0. That'll be a strike there. You want to worry about that. Mike Schmidt has had a terrible World Series. One to remember, one to forget, actually, not to remember. And it'll be 0-2, 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. Game number 6. Steve, his 13th pitch. It'll be fouled away. Well, I'll tell you what, Mike Schmidt, he came in and they felt if he could just get things going. And it's true, if he would have got things going, maybe there would be Philadelphia winning in 5 games. 1-2 and away again. It'll be 2-2. They got to play the borderlines a little bit now. Struck him out. And again, Mike Schmidt goes down. We go to the second inning in game number 6. The score, Philadelphia 0, Toronto 0. And they finally put the arrow on the board. Jesse Barfield, 186, 7 RBI. He's cooled down tremendously. I'd say he's in a slump. Marty Bystrom with 9 hit pitches in the first inning, and that's going to be a ball outside. Last 8 games, he's had a triple and 6 RBI for Barfield, but he's calming down so much. That'll be a strike. One. That'll be fouled away, 1-2. The 1-2. Struck him out, and that's going to be 1 out. So 1 out here. And here comes Willie Upshaw, 299. And that's going to be a ball down low, 1-0. Second on the Blue Jays, Willie Upshaw, 765 is his OPS at the top of the second inning. Bystrom, and it'll be 2-0. Toronto has led in every game but game number 5. But it is true, and that's the left center field. It's going to hit in the gap. He's got 65 speed. He's going to go to second. He might go to third. Let's see what he does. He's going to stay at second. And a big one. A man on second now. Oh, so big. And here's Ernie Witt. Oh, Willie Upshaw, great. And here's Ernie, and that's a ball, 1-0. So again, Toronto having a chance here, 1 out. 1 on, 1 out. Last time it was a sacrifice, throw him out at home to end the inning. It'll be a strike. Ernie Witt, the last time was game number 4. He went 0 for 4, and he had a strikeout. The 1-1. He'll be outside 2-1. Marty Bystrom. Bystrom is trying to get through. Toronto, and that'll be on the ground. They'll go to third, 2 outs. The runner will move to third. Upshaw goes there, but he can't be sacrificed. It's got to be a hit. He wanted to get him in. Perez will step on first, as he always does. And here's Cliff Johnson, 9 RBI, tied second on the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays have led 4 out of the 5 previous games, and they've also, it'll be on the side. They're not coming home. It's right there. It'll be 1-0. The Blue Jays have never come back from a deficit in the series. Game 1 and 2, they never trailed. Game 3, they led, went behind, and never came back. Same with game 4. Game 5, they never led, so they've slowly deteriorated. And anyway, they have a chance to get their first lead since game number 4. That'll be fouled. It'll be 2-1. Cliff Johnson with 2 outs. They've definitely had a better game hitting than last game early, 3-1. Rand Smolinix will be on the deck. Cliff Johnson hitting .254. 25th pitch from Bystrom. And it'll be on the ground. Should be it. Morgan to Perez, and he gets him. That's it. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Game number 6. Philadelphia wins. The whole ball of wax is theirs. The whole World Series is theirs. So bottom of the second inning, Bo Diaz. You know, you're thinking about heroes, you're thinking about GOATs, you're thinking about everything. And if this were to go to a 7th game, you would have all of that. 7th game for the whole shebang. And this will be outside, ball 1. Diaz at .228 the last 6 games. He's come around to score 3 times. And that'll be 1-1. They call that a strike on the outside. Bo is hitting .228. He's following Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt has had an absolutely terrible series. It'll be a ball and 2 strikes. So Dave Steve, bottom of the second inning. That'll be high, pop fly to right field. And underneath, it'll be 1 out. Jesse Barfield with the catch. The 1983 World Series, Philadelphia can reverse the history. Defensively, we got Bonnell, Mosby, and Barfield. Mullinax, Griffin, Garcia, and Upshaw, and Ernie Witt is the catcher. And this is the defense for the Toronto Blue Jays. They're in game number 6, and I can tell by the stare, that's Joe Morgan. Morgan has not had the greatest World Series either, and that's 1-0. So first time Joe Morgan is hitting today. And the pitch there, Morgan will foul that off. It's 1-1. Bottom of the second inning. So tense here. It looks like another pitcher duel, and Morgan to left field, running inside, and oh, he dropped it. Bonnell dropped it. Bonnell was in his glove. I don't know if it's a hit or not, but the Blue Jays, it's not They're making mistakes, and Bonnell dropped it. Bonnell dropped it in left field. He came over, and Joe Morgan gets on first. It was a mistake there, and he ran to first. And Bonnell dropped it, but here's Gary Matthews. It looks like they're going to have that as a base hit. And that'll be a strike to Matthews. 1 out. 7 RBIs, tied third on the Phillies. Toronto has never come back in this series. When they've gone down in a game, they've lost it. Of course, that's true of 3, 4, and 5. They never trailed in 1 and 2. The first run is so big, it'll be 1 and 1. Gary Matthews here in game number 6. Bottom of the second inning, the 1-1. They go to second. He'll throw to second. And he is safe. Joe Morgan steals second. Well, he takes away the conventional double play. So Dave Steve now, 26. This will be 27 pitches to Gary Matthews. And that'll be a strike, 2-2. Philadelphia is patient, but they're getting too patient. They're taking away any sort of ball movement. And right now, they got to get Morgan to third at least on this at-bat. It'll be shot to right field, and it's a base hit. They're going to bring Morgan home, and the Phillies have a 1-0 lead. Dave Steve has given up a run, and it's 1-0 Philadelphia. Oh, that's Gary Matthews. Look at Matthews to right field. Well, remember the trend. Toronto's never come back from a deficit, and now they're in a deficit. The pressure's on Dave Steve, and he's not coming around to it. Remember, Morgan stole second base, and it's going to be a ball, 1-0, inside to Perez. 7 RBIs, tied fourth on the Phillies. 1-0 Philadelphia in the bottom of the second inning. Well, who knows? In this series, will that be enough? It'll be to right field. And it goes over Barfield. This might be a score. Mosby comes in and says, I know how that feels. And they throw home. It's 2-0 Philadelphia. And this place is ready to erupt. And coming out is Bobby Cox. He's got to talk to Dave Steve. They just keep trading and trading places. And he's trying to calm them down. The Blue Jays are now down by 2 runs. And here's Gary Maddox in the bottom of the second inning. Oh, this is big. It's Maddox and DeJesus. So down 2-0 in game 6. Outside ball 1. You know, this is almost like a game 7. If he's not cutting it, you got to get him out. 1 for 3. This is not a high-scoring series. And that'll be on the ground, and they pick it to Rance Mulliniks, and he can't get there, and he's safe. And they throw it away, and Toronto is imploding. Toronto is imploding. What a catch by Mulliniks, and he throws it away, and he can't even put it on first. So Toronto is imploding. If they can hold, as Ivan DeJesus will be up, if they can hold Philadelphia to 2 runs, that'll be huge, and it's 1-0. Trying to reverse history from 1983. They do it tonight. Then they're world champions. It's outside 2-0. Bottom of the second, the last 3 games, he's hitting 300. DeJesus at 192. The 2-0 with an out. And he'll be on the ground, 3-0. Dernier's on deck. Steve he's not cutting it, and if he walks DeJesus, they might have to go with another pitcher. It'll be 3-1. Dave Steve. It is not his day right now. He's given up 2 runs. And another strike, of course. There have been weird sort of errors in everything. This inning is more than just, it all started with Bonnell in left field dropping it to Joe Morgan, and Joe Morgan has been the catalyst throughout everything. Joe Morgan, you know, remember in game number 4, he started that comeback when it was 2-0 with 2 outs, and he fouled off many pitches. He was on. This should be the end of the inning. We can't really assume that, but we'll see it happen here. And Philadelphia, though, 2 runs. And at the end of 2, it's 2-0. Remember in game 4, Philadelphia was down 2-0. In game 3, they were down 2-0, and Joe Morgan fouled off about 9 pitches. And he got on with 2 outs, and that ended up, they scored 4 runs. And Rance Mulliniks is going to take the first pitch and pop out to Bo Diaz, 1 out. Here in the 3rd inning, Alfredo Griffin now, he's second on the Blue Jays with a .333 average. 1 out, and that'll be a hard hit to center field and a base hit. So Alfredo gets on, he has 75 speed. They're getting people on base, they're just doing dumb things when they get there. They do, they're all series long, they're trying to get extra bases getting thrown out. Damaso bunted the first time he was up, and Schmidt couldn't handle it. He singled in the first, he's .265 as average. Toronto down 2-0 here in the top of the 3rd. It'll be high and inside, 1-1. Remember yesterday, they had plenty of opportunities to win that game. They throw to first, he's safe. They had plenty of opportunities, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't pull the trigger. And here's Bystrom, and again they throw to first. And Perez, and he's just really, he's trying to, I mean, he's icing himself. So the 1-1 with 1 out. Bystrom, and there's Garcia to left field, and this one is back, and it is Cotto. Von Hayes, and there's 2 outs. I thought it was going to hit the gap, and if it would have hit the gap, he would have been running. Well, this is how we got here. You see, it's 3-2 Phillies. Phillies were 8-2 coming into this, and the Blue Jays 1-6, 1-7, and they're trying to force game number 7 now. They won the wild card round. 6-1. They beat the White Sox 6-1 in game 6 also, and they won 6-0 in game 7. But here's Bonnell, who started this whole thing by dropping to Joe Morgan. He dropped the ball, and that's going to be a ball inside. So Bonnell here in the top of the 3rd inning. The road team has won every game in this World Series. The 1-0 pitch. A swing and a miss there. It'll be 1-1. Bonnell. The throw to first, and he's safe. One ball, 1 strike. And again, they keep throwing to first, and wow, is it really slowing the pace of this? Maybe they're trying to freeze the batter, but usually it goes against the pitcher, the 1-1. No, not that time, and Bonnell, it's 1-2. Marty Bystrom is trying to get out of this inning. Toronto's had runners every inning. They haven't been able to put any in. The 1-2 to Bonnell. And it'll be on and foul on the ground. 1 ball, 2 strikes, top of the 3rd inning, 2-0 Philadelphia. The 1-2 pitch to Bonnell. Down low, 2-2. Toronto missed opportunities in this series. That has really been a theme. Bonnell, that's going to be to right field, though underneath is Dernier. And he'll make the catch. Philadelphia scored 2 in the last inning. That holds up. It's 2-0. Bottom of the 3rd inning, and here's Bob Dernier. 1 for 1. He singled in the first. He's 7 of 20 in the series with 2 RBI. Steve has had control issues, and he's got to get a 1-2-3. He really does. If anybody needs one, it's him. Dernier was 0 for 3 in the last game with a walk. Today, he's 1 for 1. And Dernier will foul that off quickly. 0-2. Putting balls into play, a lot of foul balls for both these teams. And it'll be a strikeout here. Philadelphia's only scored in 5 innings. That's it. In game number 5, that was the last time they scored in more than 1 inning in a game. They scored in 1 inning in game 1. They scored in 1 inning in game 3, 1 inning in game 4, and 2 in 5. So that means they've scored in 5 innings out of 45 possible, because the road team won all of them, so everybody's batted every single inning. The 1-1. Swing and a miss there. It'll be 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that'll be on the ground and foul. 1 out. Vaughn Hayes. Vaughn Hayes tripled the last game and scored that 1 run, and Hayes strikes out. 2 outs. Philadelphia goes down. There's 2 outs. Dave Stieb, his 3rd strikeout of the game.
The third baseman.
Well, I'll tell you, here's Mike Schmidt. He's been horrible this World Series. He's 0 for 1. They won't even show his stats, and there's a strike. I believe he only has 1 hit. He's down to 218 and in a major slump. Only 1 hit in the World Series, I think. He had a donut, I believe, yesterday, and that'll be fouled off quickly. 0-2. The 0-2 now. And here comes Steve trying to get out of this inning. And that'll be outside. 1-2, bottom of the 3rd. So Mike Schmidt. The 0-1. The 0-2, 1-2, sorry, it'll be 2-2. Schmidt 0 for 1, and Steve 51 pitches. It'll be number 52 here, 2-0. And in the bottom of the inning and fouled again. He's keeping it alive. The 2-2 now from Dave Stieb. Inside 3-2, and Steve just keeps going deep in every count, and this is going to hurt. It'll hurt later on. The 3-2 struck him out, and he gets out of it. And we go to the 4th inning. Toronto still has never come back and won a game in which they trailed. And here's Floyd Mosby, top of the 4th inning. He's 0 for 1. He flew out. Hitting .304 in the postseason. Toronto, again, it's like yesterday. Philadelphia scores early, and you think you got all the time in the world, and that's to left center, and caught it is Maddox. 1 out. You think there's all the time in the world, and we get to the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, and right by the pitcher. What's he doing there? And Jesse Barfield is 2 for 20. He struck out in the 2nd. Marty Bystrom. And that'll be on the ground. Schmidt. And he's away, and he's going to touch it. And Barfield didn't run once it was hit. He went slowly. Oh, my goodness. Schmidt with a bad throw, but they recover. And they're going to do that. Willie Upshaw with 1 for 1. He doubled in the 2nd. Now he's hitting .309. There's 2 pitches, 2 outs. Upshaw now. Upshaw almost 3 for 3. The first 3-pitch inning I've seen in a long time, but it's 0 for 1, and they get him to foul that way. 40th pitch, and it'll be high. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's going to be center field. Maddox makes the catch. So they end their half of the 4th inning. Diaz, Morgan, and Matthews in the bottom of the 4th. there's Bo Diaz. So for one, he flew out in the second. 3 for 19 in the series, a double and an RBI. And here's Steve, and that'll be a strike. It slides down here. Diaz, the catcher for Philadelphia. And high pop fly, center field. Back is Mosby to the warning track, and he's going to make the catch, one out. So Steve getting a relief on some of the pitching. He needs to get it very quickly. Morgan is 3 for 17 with 2 RBIs. And that's going to be ball 1. 1-0. And that'll be a strike, 1-1. Remember, it all starts with Joe Morgan. It all does. In this entire sort of series, it's all started when Morgan's fouled off pitches, he's walked, people drop balls. The big innings have started with him. He's 1 for 1 today because Bonnell couldn't hold on after running over in left field. Morgan is swinging a miss. I'm not saying that he always gets on, but the Phillies, they're up 3-2, have Morgan to thank for that position. And it'll be a hard shot and caught by Griffin, 2 outs. Oh, this is tough. If Toronto can't get 3 runs in this game, then Philadelphia is going to be world champions. Gary Matthews doubled RBI in a run. He had one of the runs. Here he had an RBI, and then he scored the second run. High pop fly jammed him. I'm going to go get a nose spray. And I got my nose clogging out. I'll be back in a second. Ernie Witt will start. I'm out of nose spray there, and Ernie Witt. And it'll be a swing and a miss there, 0-2. I got some out of it. I need to get more tomorrow. The 0-2, top of the 5th inning. Nobody out. Witt. It'll be 1-2. It becomes a point where Ernie Witt becomes like the pitcher position. You're wondering, you have Buck Martinez, and it's going to be to left field, and caught one out. The question now is, will you ever pinch hit if something happens? Here's Cliff Johnson. He grounded out in the 2nd inning. 2-0 Philadelphia, and this has been Philadelphia's game so far. 1-0. Swing and a miss there. It'll be 1-1, trying to do too much. So Cliff Johnson, the DH. 1-1 with 1 out, and a swing and a miss again. 1 ball, 2 strike. It's like the entire Toronto Blue Jays are in a funk, and that'll be fouled off. 1-2. When they're in a slide, they usually play their best. Struck him out, and there's 2 outs. Rance Mulliniks is 0 for 1. He popped out in the 3rd, hitting 200 in the series. Top of the 5th inning, Philadelphia. And that'll be hit hard foul, 0-1. Rance, though, I mean, they're looking, and I'll tell you, that'll be on the ground hard, and it's going to hit the ground. Are they going to get there? They flip the first, they get him out. We go to the bottom of the fifth. The Blue Jays looking to pad to their lead. It's 2-0. Tony Perez, a double and an RBI. 2 for 16 and a home run in the series. And it's going to be a ball outside, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. And there's going to be a strike there. 1-1, bottom of the fifth inning. When you think about statistically, you always say a swing and a miss there. So you always say, what's the minimum amount of innings a team needs to score in to win the World Series? And it is 4. Because you need to score a run to at least win 4 games. And when you figure the Phillies have only scored in 5 innings, it's absolutely phenomenal when you think about it. The 2-2, bottom of the fifth inning, nobody out. Steve to Perez, and inside 3-2. Gary Maddox is on deck. And that'll be on the ground right to Steve. They'll go to Upshaw, 1 out. In the bottom of the fifth inning. Gary Maddox, member of the Air. Rance Mulliniks threw it away. On the ground, and that's a base hit past Garcia. 1 on, 1 out here in the fifth inning. So Rance Mulliniks with the air, but that's right by Garcia, and Gary Matthews will be on first. Here's Ivan De Jesus. That's Gary Maddox, sorry, and De Jesus now, and that's going to be a strike. Grounded out in the second. He's hitting 189 in the postseason. He's 0 for 1 today. That's a big run at first base. And that'll be a strike there, 0-2. 1 out, 1 on. Steve, that's 73 pitches. And he'll foul it away again. Oh, so big. Every inning, but that second run was huge for Philadelphia in the second inning. There'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Bobby Cox wondering if his Blue Jays can pull the miracle off. They would need to come back in this game and then win game number 7. There'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes again. Ivan De Jesus keeping it up. The pitch by Steve again, and it's outside 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, bottom of the fifth. Struck him out, and that's going to be 2 outs. And it'll be 2 outs. Dernier, 1 ball, 2 outs. Sorry about that. It'll be 1-0. 1 for 2 today. Dernier, he singled in the first with a pure base hit. It wasn't one of those bunts. And Dernier, that'll be a strike. 1-1. Boy, there hasn't been much action with the bat yet. I mean, really, they're allowing so many pitches because they know Steve is back there. I like pitching duels as much as the next person, but there is like, now they're throwing the ball to first, and Maddox isn't even stepping off first. So it'll be 1-1 with 2 outs. Steve, and again they throw to first. So again, they think that this guy is going to steal for some reason. The 1-1 to Dernier, and any time now, and it'll be low 2-1. Game 6 of the World Series. Bottom of the fifth inning. Steve. Now to be on the ground and foul, barely. 2-2, 2 outs for Dernier. Bottom of the fifth. The 2-2. High and fouled away. Again, they keep fouling it away. Steve doesn't have the oomph to get it past Dernier. The 2-2. And that'll be fouled again. Whether it be spot or speed or whatever it is. And again, he throws the first. He's almost freezing himself as a pitcher. 2-2, 2 outs. Down low and 3-2. Von Hayes is on deck. You don't want to put 89 speed at second. And that'll be on the ground and a base hit. 89 speed's going to third. They're just going to get it in. It's first and third with 2 outs. Philadelphia, this is a game that Toronto can't afford to lose. Or else Philadelphia's world champions. Von Hayes, 2 outs. And that'll be ball down low, 1-0. He struck out and grounded out. He's 0 for 2. The 1-0. And it'll be 2-0. They're telling Steve, just keep throwing them. Philadelphia, so patient. At bat, the 2-0, and it'll be 2-1. In the bullpen, Roy Lee Jackson and Don Cooper. Warming up, it's 2-1. Bottom of the 5th, 2 outs. And it's a strike on the inside corner. So big. The 2-2, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. 3-2. 3-2. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. Mike Schmidt is up next, but Hayes again fouls it away. Again, this is Steve's 30th pitch in this inning. He started out with 62, now he's at 93, and it's strikeout here. Struck him out. It's still 2-0 Philadelphia. Toronto needs some hits, or else Philadelphia's going to see the light. We go to the top of the 6th. Here's Alfredo Griffin. He singled in the 3rd inning, 344. Marty Bystrom still pitching. And that'll be to right field. Will it hit the ground? And it will be gone! 2-1! Alfredo Griffin! 350 feet! That's their first home run of the World Series. Oh, and it cuts it to 2-1. Oh, how big that is. Alfredo Griffin is now 2 for 2 with the home run. He hit it hard to right field, and I thought it was going to go short. But then he really hit it. And there it was. And then I'm like, is it going to be fair? And it is fair. By a little bit. It's 2-1 now here in the top of the 6th. Here's Damaso Garcia. He'll be down low, ball 1. Question is, after a home run, will you reset or not? A lot of times pitchers, they give up that home run. There's nobody on, and then they just get in a groove. Other times they fall apart. And Garcia, and that's a base hit. Maybe he's going to fall apart. So Damaso with 81 speed gets on. And big for Damaso. My goodness, here comes Toronto. Here comes Toronto now, here in the 6th inning. Where did this come from? They were being shut out with 3 hits. Now they have 2 in a row. Here's Bonnell. Bonnell is 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out. Bonnell is the one that dropped the ball in left field. Of course, they said it was a base hit. And he's going to try and bunt. They do, and they're going to get him to second. He might be able to go to first. He slides. No, he's out. Oh, my goodness. He popped that one in the air, and they're going to say that's a sacrifice with 1 out. I don't know. Would you give him the out? You never know. Hindsight is just such 20/20. But to give him an out, here's Floyd Mosby, though. 3 for 22 in a series, and that's a ball inside. 2-1, Philadelphia leading Toronto. And Garcia's at second, Mosby, and that'll be a ball outside, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, top of the 6th inning. 2-1, Philadelphia leading Toronto. Low, 3-0. 3-0. Jesse Barfield is on deck. Floyd Mosby is 0 for 2. The 3-0. And he'll just take that as a strike. A base hit now, and Toronto ties the game at 2. Ball 4, and they're going to walk Mosby, so they got 2 on with 1 out, and here comes Barfield, though. They had a place to put Mosby, and here comes Jesse Barfield, who's 0 for 2. Bystrom, he's not taking, the only out he got was a sacrifice bunt. 0 for 2, he struck out and grounded out. He's 2 for 21 in this series. This is the cog right now. If Barfield gets on, it's deep trouble for Philadelphia. No matter how he gets on, if he does, and that's inside ball 1. Here in the top of the 6th inning, Toronto trying to take their first lead of the series after being behind. They finally tied it up last game. That's going to be a base hit. They might tie it up. Are they coming home? They're going to know. They're no, and it's going to be the bases loaded with 1 out. This might be the whole World Series right here. This might be the series. I told you, Barfield gets a base hit. You're in deep trouble if you're Philadelphia. Willie Upshaw, what's he going to do? And he takes a strike. All he needs is a sac fly. They got 89 speed at third base. He doubled in the 2nd inning. If he doubles now, you might be 4-2 Toronto. They might be calling game 7 out. 1 out, top of the 6th, the 0-1 to Willie. He didn't go. It's 1-1. A tense moment right now. Last game he was 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Marty Bystrom, this will be a 66 pitch. To Willie Upshaw, the 1-2. Oh, he hung that one. I thought it was going to left field. Or right field, Ed Farmer and Tug McGraw are warming up. He got the bases loaded. The bases loaded here. The 1-2 pitch with 1 out. Oh, so big here. The 1-2. And that'll be fouled away. Still 1-2. Oh, Willie Upshaw, who's been very reliable all series long. He's in the biggest at-bat of his career. Willie Upshaw, the 1-2 and 2-2. And, you know, we say that every game, but it's so true every game. It's the World Series. Each at-bat could be more important than the other. So Willie Upshaw now, the 2-2, 1 out. Top of the 6th inning, 2-1 Philadelphia. The 2-2. Struck him out! Struck him out! Oh, what a big strikeout. They take the sacrifice out of it. And now you got Ernie Witt. Ernie Witt, if you're Philadelphia, is the man you want coming up. He's only hitting 128. He's 0 for 2 today. He hasn't looked good at all at bat in the series. And that'll be a break to the ground. They throw to second. They get out of it. And Toronto is shell-shocked. Philadelphia's loving it. Alfredo Griffin a home run, but they get out of bases loaded with 1 out. It's 2-1 now. And here is Mike Schmidt now, 0 for 2 on the day. They're keeping Dave Stieb in. In the series, he's 1 for 18. And his only hit was an RBI. He struck out twice today. Stieb is looking to try and get another out. It's 2-1. Toronto keeps knocking on the door like all series. And, I mean, my goodness, a strikeout and a ground out last inning. How many more are you going to get attempts? And that's going to be a ball. It'll be 2-0. They're down by 1, though. The leadoff hitter hit a home run, Alfredo Griffin, and then they loaded the bases up. That'll be foul, 2-1. You still got to be careful with Mike Schmidt. If he hits a home run, See, if Philadelphia gets a run here, that would be huge. It would negate all of what Toronto did, and that will be a strike 2-2. This is so big for the Blue Jays to stop the Phillies, and for the Phillies, if you can struck him out, that's going to be 1 out. If you're the Phillies, you need to get your insurance run here. You need to get it, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Here comes Bo Diaz, who's 0 for 2 today. Bottom of the 6th inning, and that'll be fouled off 0-1. Steve is losing power. This will probably be his last inning. And Diaz is 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. He's not hitting very good. This is 100th pitch. This will be on the ground and a base hit. Diaz is only 26 speed, so they have to have another couple of these to get him in. Now the question is, how long do you go with Dave Steve? Here's Joe Morgan. A single, and he actually scored a run. He's 3 for 18. Remember, with Joe Morgan, when he gets on, he starts big innings. And I think that's a testament to the 6, 7, and 8 hitters as well. And the Philly fanatic is going crazy. Joe Morgan is 1 for 2. Dave Steve. And that'll be down low, 1-0. Joe Morgan, right now, that'll be a swing and a miss, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Morgan. That'll be fouled away, 1-2. Trying to get Morgan out. This might be the last time we see Morgan if Philadelphia ends up winning. The 1-2, bottom of the 6th. Struck him out. There's 2 outs. Steve is still going. He's a little bit stronger now. 2 outs. And I think that was more on Joe Morgan than it was Dave Steve. 104 pitches for Steve, and here's Gary Matthews. And that'll be a strike. Matthews is 1 for 2. A double, an RBI, and a run. 5 for 20. With a double and 3 RBIs, 2 doubles and 3 RBIs in the series. So bottom of the 6th inning, the 0-1 from Steve to Matthews. And that'll be a high pop fly to right field. Can he get over there? And it'll go foul and caught. And that'll end the 6th inning. We go to the last third of the game. It's Cliff Rance and Alfredo coming up. Toronto's running out of outs. Can they keep the momentum? And Cliff Johnson 0 for 2. He struck out, grounded out, 4 for 19. A double and 2 RBI in the series. So here comes Cliff in the top of the 7th inning. And that'll be fouled away. Oh, the ball boy is, he's been making some great catches. I don't know who he is, but the 0-1. And that'll be a hard hit and a base hit. So Cliff Johnson will get on. Now he has 20 speed, so they're going to probably maybe have to bunt him over. It depends. And there it was. Kind of a thud. So, what is this, a new pitcher? And yeah, they're getting rid of Bystrom. So Bystrom, he did a good job. He gave up only 1 run on 7 hits. But he's starting to lose it, so they're saying no, and they're bringing in Tug. They're not messing around. 6 games, 1-0. 1 save, 1 opportunity. 4 2/3 innings. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Righties don't like the guy, and lefties have a dislike. Al Holland, remember, is the closer. Tug McGraw here is in. He's going to try and stop him. And here's Rance Volniks, 1 on with nobody out. And Rance, that'll be a ball, 1-0. He popped out and grounded out. In the series, Rance is 2 for 9 with an RBI. Here in the top of the 7th inning, it's 2-1 Philadelphia. Leading Toronto. The 1-0 from Tug. And it'll be a strike. He takes out 1-1-1. Well, if Rance can get on and put 2 on with nobody out, here we go again. And that'll be a ball inside, 2-1. They're saying try and get on second with nobody out so they can bunt you over to third. And here it is. Strike there. He hasn't swung the bat all at bat. Now it's 2-2 with nobody out. And a runner on first. The pitch. And that'll be a high pop fly. This is right center. But he'll be under, and that'll be one catch. That'll be one out. Dernier with the catch. Sorry. And that was hard hit. And Tug McGraw with one out. Dernier. He knows it. Here's Alfredo, and he's the man. He started off last inning with a home run. He's 2 for 2 today. Even if he just gets on, they got to be careful. Tug McGraw knows it. 1 on, 1 out. Alfredo can do damage. And that'll be a ball outside, 1-0. Oh, this could be big damage. As it'll be 1-0 with 1 out. The pitch. Outside 2-0. They're keeping it out. Who knows? If they walk him, then that means that 20 is going to be right there. And that'll be Griffin. It might be 2. Schmidt over to Morgan to Perez. They got him. They got him, and they end the inning. Oh, a double play. Oh, my goodness. And it ends the inning. Oh, how big that was. Bottom of the 7th inning, Philadelphia looking for insurance. Yes, we're in the bottom of the 7th, Philadelphia 2, Toronto 1. And that'll be a ball down low, 1-0, Dave Steve. 107 pitches, my goodness. Like, there's no reason to keep your pitchers for Game 7 if you're not going to get there. And that's going to be 1-1. Steve still keeps on going. He's pitched the whole game. They want to at least go 7 innings, I think, with him. But you can't be, I mean, you got to manage for the moment now. You got to be a Billy Martin. 2-1, and that'll jam them first base, 1 out. That was a line drive, and Willie Upshaw with the catch. And Dave Steve has been out there. Here's Gary Maddox. He singled in the 5th. 214 average. They're looking, quite frankly, for the insurance run. And that'll be inside, 1-0. I think Steve is going to go until, well, somebody gets on. And that'll be down low, 2-0 with 1 out. Bottom of the 7th inning, Steve. And that'll be hit away, foul. I'll tell you what, Dave Steve, Gary Maddox, he's 1 for 2. You're in the 8th, bottom of the 7th inning, and that'll be fouled away. 2-2 with an out, bottom of the 7th. The pitch struck him out, and there's going to be 2 outs. My goodness, Steve is the iron horse here. His 9th strikeout. He could get double-digit strikeouts and lose. Dave Steve, a slider, and moved 6 inches. It had more RPMs than my engine. My car, I'll tell you what, sometimes I drive up this mountain here in Thailand, in Chiang Mai, and that thing, my car just hums. To Jesus now, and it'll be outside, ball 1. Avon to Jesus, 0 for 2 today. And Steve, that'll be on the ground, right to third. The throw to first, he gets the out. We go to the 8th inning, Molinek stops Shaw. But we go to the 8th inning, Toronto needs a run or it's all over. They got 2 innings to do it. Ron Reed. And here comes Ron Reed. You saw the stats on him. We've seen a lot of him. He's like 20 feet tall on the mound. Him and Ed Farmer. Damaso Garcia, 2 for 3. And it's going to be a strike, 0-1. Damaso looking to try and get on. Philadelphia can smell it a little bit, but they know these innings are going to be tough. Toronto has not been allowing them to sit down and smell the roses or look at the light at the end of the tunnel. They've been tough, and it's 0-2. Al Holland, Ed Farmer. We've seen a lot of Ed Farmer, and Al Holland will probably come in to get the save if Ron Reed gets the outs here. And it'll be 1-2 to Garcia. Damaso Garcia, 2 for 3. 3 innings, 3 pitches so far. This will be number 4 for Ron Reed to Damaso Garcia. And it'll be a ball outside again, 2-2. Garcia is 2 for 3. Struck him out. Garcia didn't even lift the bat off of his shoulder. Oh my goodness. That's not what they wanted, not at all. Not at all. They didn't want that. And here is Barry Bonnell, who's 0 for 2. Bonnell, remember, he dropped the ball in left field. And Bonnell, that's going to be a strike. They gave him a hit, Joe Morgan a hit for that. He sack bunted in the 6th. Again, they get to 2 outs everywhere, and it's because of these sacrifice bunts. The 0-1 with 1 out, and inside 1-1. They're going deep into every count. Ron Reed, Toronto hoping for one more opportunity. They're only down by 1. And it'll be 2-1. Ron Reed getting behind. Bonnell getting ahead. Top of the 8th inning with 1 out. Game 6, HC 0023. This has been a good one. Toronto had bases loaded last inning with 1 out and couldn't get anybody in. Their 1 run came from last inning, a solo shot home run. And it's another good one if Philadelphia wins. They're world champions. The 3-1 to Bonnell. And it's ball 4. Bonnell's on first, and he can have a little bit of speed. And again, they put somebody on first. Toronto has been pushing. And now the leading run is Floyd Mosby. Floyd Mosby walked in the 6th inning. He's 0 for 2 today. Top of the 8th inning. And here it goes. And that'll be shot foul. And it'll be 2-1. It'll be 0-1 now. 1 out. Bonnell on first. Mosby, they go back, and if he gets picked off, oh my goodness. So here we go. Mosby's 0 for 2. The 0-1 with 1 out. Top of the 8th, and it'll be a ball 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out, top of the 8th. And that'll be on the ground. It could be a double play. DeJesus. Oh, they throw it into right field. He might score. What are they doing? He just stayed at second. They're going to throw to third. He's safe, though. He could have scored. He could have scored, but he was stuck at second. And watch this. I don't know what Bonnell was doing. That's an all-time blooper. We got to take a look at this. We got to take a look. He was stuck at second base. And let's see what happened to Bonnell. Let's see right here. And it goes. And they go to throw. And it went above. But what's he doing? He just stood up and then he went. And he almost was thrown out at third. Oh my goodness. And it is now 2-1. So they're a sac fly away. Barfield. It's 1 out. Here we go, top of the 8th inning. Barfield, it's a ball high, 1-0. They got a place to put him. And with 1 out, top of the 8th inning. Philadelphia wins. Oh my goodness, at third, that was a mistake by Bonnell. And the base running at second. And that'll be, oh, that thing was on the ground. He cannot strike out if you're Toronto. If you're Philadelphia, you want a strikeout. A strikeout would be the greatest thing in the world for you. If you're Toronto, you want to put the ball in play. And he thought about it, but it's 2-1. Barfield, every time we keep saying it's been this way for Toronto. the whole game, but they only have one run out of this. Here in game number 6. This is just insane that Toronto can't get more runs. Philadelphia's coming closer. Oh, and they call that a strike instead of 3-1. It's 2-2. So here comes Barfield at 2-2. He needs to get a fly ball to tie this game up. Top of the 8th. Deep to left field. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Jesse Barfield. He's doing the airplane. It's the left field. It's gone. And he's made it 4-2. They could be going to a game number 7. Jesse Barfield, he's done nothing all series. Every fan in here is just throwing up on their own tongues. This is incredible. They're silent. This is incredible. Oh my goodness. The biggest at-bat in the history of his life. And he comes through with a 3-run shot. Jesse Barfield, one of the 438 feet. This guy said the heck, oh, he knew it. He knew it. Ed Farmer, he knew it. And now Ron Reed will come in. No, Ed Farmer, was Ron Reed that gave it up. Ron Reed knew it. Ron Reed is disgraced. Eddie Farmer's coming in now. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what a biggest hit in the top of the 8th inning. This is the first time that Toronto has been down in a game in this World Series and has come back to take the lead. It has been, oh my goodness, HC0023. He crushed that one. And it'll be a ball. Oh, a strike there, 1-1. Oh my goodness, the road team has won every single game. Philadelphia was 6 outs away from winning the World Series. They might still win the World Series. Who knows? And that'll be on the ground and foul. I just haven't seen something like this in a while. I have not seen something like this. Now, Philadelphia has always answered the call. And it'll be 2-2 now. They've always answered the call. So right now it is a 2-2 with 1 out and outside 3-2. Ernie Witt will be on deck. Ernie Witt, my goodness. The 3-2 with an out, and that'll be to left field. And underneath, that's Vaughn Hayes. And that'll be 2 outs. Well, I would say HC0023 if it ends. I mean, it depends how this game 6 ends. It just depends. The road team has won every game in this series, yes, but you never know how it's going to end, and that's going to be to left field again. Vaughn Hayes with the catch. Philadelphia's been unbelievable at responding. Jesse Barfield, unbelievable. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. And it is 4-2.
Your attention, please.
I can't believe this at all. Randy Moffett, 6 games. He's 1-0, 8 1/3, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. This is, I know, this series, this is one of the most unbelievable series. I just can't explain anything like that. And there it is. It's going to be foul. As Dernier is up, he's 2 for 3. How can you explain this series? HC0023. How can you explain it? This is Garcia up. He falls off, but he's out. His foot was on. His foot was on. It's 1 out. How do you explain this series? The road team has won every single game. First, here's Dave Stieb. 7 innings, 7 hits. He's given up 2 runs, all earned, 9 strikeouts, no walks, threw 117 pitches. And now he's looking like a hero when you look at this line. But how do you explain this series? The road team has won all 6 games if Toronto wins this game. And that's going to be another bunt attempt by Vaughn Hayes. And it's 0-1. Not only that, but Mike Schmidt is 1 for 19 in the series. He's 1 for 19. Philadelphia has not done anything. I mean, It has just been a Philadelphia, and how about this? Listen to these stats. Road team has won might win all 6 games. Mike Schmidt is 1 for 19. The Philadelphia Phillies have only scored in 5 innings. As this will be Griffin the first, and that's going to be out number 2. The Philadelphia Phillies, think about this. If this game ends 4-2 like this, in 54 innings, the Phillies have just scored in only 5 of their 54 innings. They've only scored in 5 of their 54 innings. And that'll be a high foul ball there. That's unbelievable. In a 7-game series, you play 63 innings. They've only scored in 5 of their 54 innings. And that'll be Schmidt. This is insane. Like so many things in this series are just unbelievable. And the fact that the Toronto Blue Jays were 89-73 in a regular season, and Schmidt strikes out. Who would have ever thought we would say Toronto wants to add to their lead? Remember when it was Philadelphia, 2 runs, 6 hits, Toronto, no runs, 3 hits? Yeah, it's been 4 runs and 6 hits to a single hit since then. So Cliff Johnson will be up. This series, just everything, the absolute, I just can't explain a lot of this that's going on. You know, everything is just at the terrible base running by Toronto. They've had in the last 2 games 5 runners thrown out on the base and not stealing, and that's going to be a base hit. So Ed Farmer coming in. Toronto is trying to get a run. And remember, if Philadelphia gets 3 in the bottom of the inning, they're world champions. This is incredible. Jesse Barfield. Barfield was hot, he's not hot. He's hot, he's not hot. And when he's not hot, he's hot. How in the world does that work? When he's not hot, he's hot. Oh my God. I just can't believe this. And Rance Molnix is 0 for 3. And the pitch there, it'll be on the ground and a base hit. Oh, if they can score again, that will be big. Are they going to go to third? They won't. It's 2 on, but nobody out. And Ed Farmer's struggling. Well, I would too if you were 6 outs away. If you were 5 outs away from a World Series. And Jesse Barfield went Jesse Barfield on you. Alfredo Griffin, and here he is. This was the game. This was not the 3-run home run. HC0023, this was the home run you missed. This was the one in the 6th inning that made it 2-1 Philadelphia. That cut it from a 2-0 lead to a 2-1 lead. Griffin to right field. Are they going to go? And let's see, Dernier, can he throw him out? They're not even going to try. 1 out. Why even try? He would have made it. Oh, I can't believe this. The storylines are incredible. I just can't believe the storylines. It's incredible here. And Damaso Garcia's 2 for 4 with 2 singles. His resurgence has been big. He's a big opportunity here to do something, and he'll be outside 1-0. If they get another run, it might be too much for Philadelphia to win the World Series tonight. Tonight, with the way tonight's going, they could do it. And it's on the ground. It'll be 2-0. It's so big because you know that if Philadelphia, think of this, so they've had 40 right now, 44 at-bats, 44 innings of at-bats. And they've scored in 5 of those innings. Toronto, when they won 5-0, went 1-2-1-1 in the first 4 innings. That's going to be a base hit. Are they going to score? Dernier's coming home. We've had a play at the plate in this game. We had a play at the plate. I mean, how many times we've had people thrown out everywhere. This is incredible. And now the bases are juiced. And if you're Philadelphia, but if you're Toronto, here's Bonnell, who dropped the ball whenever Morgan flied to him. It was considered a base hit, but there's a strike that got Philadelphia their 2 runs. Like, they dropped the ball, put Morgan on, and they ended up scoring 2 runs. Joe Morgan's like the start of everything. Top of the 9th, the pitch again. Bonnell, this could be 2. Oh my goodness, they throw to second, they get 1, they throw to first, he's out, a double play! Bonnell is having a horrible day. But we go to the bottom of the 9th. Philadelphia with 3-1 runs wins the World Series. It's kind of games like this where you just don't want to watch, but it's my job to watch. Dave Giesel, 5 games, 5 saves, 5 opportunities, 4 2/3 innings, 2 strikeouts, no walks. Righties like the guy, lefties hate him. Here's the situation. 2 to tie, 3 to hold a trophy. 2 to tie, 3 to sip from champagne. And here's Bo Diaz. The importance of this first batter is absolutely incredible. And that'll be a ball inside, 1-0. Bo Diaz, if the Philadelphia Phillies score 3 runs, they're champions. Diaz, it fouls it off though. It'll be 1-1. Dave Giesel is in. This has been an absolutely incredible game. Low. Oh, they called a strike. And Diaz doesn't like it. He's a catcher, and he knows where the strike zone is. He doesn't like it. It's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a ball outside. No, Mike Schmidt bats third. He's in a slump, but this is the kind where Mike Schmidt comes in, and it's a 2-run home run, and becomes MVP. Diaz, this will be Lance Bolanek. He'll fire it to first. He gets it. No, he drops it. He drops it. It's an error. It's an error. It's an error. Oh, my goodness. Another error. Molanek threw it, and it's going to be an error on Lance Bolanek. And here's Joe Morgan. Morgan, man, they are not HC0023. This is an unbelievable series. This series is incredible. Joe Morgan is 1 for 3, and I would not be surprised if he jacked one here. Everybody in the stadium will be absolutely crazy. You're right, the pressure did get to him. The pressure absolutely got to him. And it's going to be a strike there, Joe Morgan. Morgan now, the pressure doesn't get to him. And here it is, the 0-1, and outside 1-1. Oh, so big to Joe Morgan. It's 4-2 Toronto. Nobody out, 1 on. The 1-ton pitch, the bottom of the 9th inning. It'll be 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, bottom of the 9th inning. Oh, so big. Joe Morgan, 1 for 3 today. Dave Giesel trying to get his save to go to a game number 7 would be so big. Nobody out. He's got to get 1. Morgan, a swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Will there be a game 7? Will Philadelphia win the World Series? Will they tie it up? What will happen? Giesel, the 2-2 with nobody out. And struck him out. Struck him out. There's 1 out. And now the double play clause is on. Any other pitch can end this game because they have a runner on first. It could be a double play. Oh, a big strikeout. Morgan couldn't get things going there. Oh, he was so big they could have had 2 on with nobody out. They could have, but they didn't. And here's Gary Matthews, 1 for 3. And it'll be a ball outside, 1-0. Oh, my God, if they get a runner on, then the World Series winning run will be at home. Gary Matthews. We remember 1993. And could it be a reverse of that? Bottom of the 9th, and it'll be up and away, 2-0. I'm wondering if a game 7 could live up to any one of these 6 games. 4-2 Toronto leads. Bottom of the 9th, the 2-0. On the ground and foul. So 2-1 with 1 out, bottom of the 9th. That'll be behind to right field. And underneath is Barfield, and he makes a catch. There's 2 outs now. Now there's 2 outs. And this is where Philadelphia has been dangerous throughout the series. With 2 outs, then it's really been Here comes Perez. He has gone down this series, 2 for 18, but remember he had a 2-run home run in game 1. If he jacks one out here, the stadium will just explode. And it'll be 1-0 outside. They got to be careful. If Perez gets on, Gary Maddox will come up with a chance to win the World Series if Tony Perez gets on. The 1-0 with 2 outs, and it'll be a strike. Can Perez extend it? There's 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning. Toronto looking for a Game 7. You're right, HC0023. This could be it for a Game 7. The 1-1. And it's a strike. Ooh, inside there. And it is so tense in here. 1-2 for Perez. Will we go to a Game 7? Will the road team win every single game? The 1-2 with 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Struck him out! We go to 7! Struck him out! He struck him out! We go to 7 games! We go to 7 games! He strikes him out! And we go to number 7! It's all or nothing! It'll be all or nothing here in Philadelphia! It'll be absolutely all or nothing! Jesse Barfield! Oh my goodness. Look at that 3 spot. Look at that 1 and the 3. Philadelphia's only scored in 5 of 45 innings, and we're going to a Game 7. The road team has won every single game, and we're going to a Game 7. Mike Schmidt is 1 for 21, and we're going to a Game 7. Tony Perez has only 2 hits all series. One of them is a home run, and we're going to a Game 7. Oh, my goodness. And that was early on. That was Floyd Mosby. That was the play at the plate when they got Garcia on the sacrifice fly. Oh, that was big. This was a double play, a big one. And then look at this at the, oh, my, Jesse Barfield. Good night. Oh, look at all those towels go down. And all the Philadelphia Phillies know that isn't Joe Carter, it's Jesse Barfield. And, well, I do want to tell you this. We're going to go to a post-game show and take a look at the stats. And we're going to have a little bit of analysis. And it is so crazy. It is so crazy how everything has been. Schmidt was hitting almost 400, and at points was the only Philly hitting coming into this World Series. Now he's barely hitting 200. For Toronto, Garcia multiple hits, Barfield multiple hits, Johnson multiple hits, Griffin multiple hits, Bonnell a donut. Oh, you got to feel sorry for that guy. Everything went wrong. And Ernie Witt is like a pitcher. It's a donut for him. Pitching-wise, we take a look. Steve gets the win, 7 innings, 2 runs, all earned, giving up 7 hits, but no hits and no runs and no walks. No hits, no runs, not a base runner in the last 2 innings. As Moffitt and Giesel, there was an error. Was the only base runner, but you can't blame the pitchers for the error. Moffitt gets his 3rd hold. Giesel a 6th save. For Philadelphia, Dernier multiple hits, a lot of singles. Hayes, Schmidt, and DeJesus all have donuts. To give you an idea how bad Mike Schmidt is doing, he's 0 for 4. 0 for 4. He was hitting almost 400 at the beginning of the World Series. Now he's hitting 207. So that's incredible. Taking a look. Pitching-wise, Bystrom. McGraw got the hold. Ron Reed got the loss. Ron Reed, oh my goodness. He is going to have to, he's an integral part of this machine. He's got to get his head around. He has to. I mean, my goodness, he gave up. That's incredible. But Farmer gave up 3 hits, so you never know if he doesn't hit the home run. They're hitting the ball very well. Now we're going to get to the pitching matchup for the next game in a second, a pitcher analysis. Here for the Blue Jays, they threw 143 pitches. The Phillies 116. That's 259 total. So Steve, here's Giesel who got the save, and it was Moffitt who threw 8 pitches and got a hold. For the Philadelphia Phillies, you have Bystrom, 72 pitches. You have Ron Reed at 18. You have McGraw at 8. And Farmer with 18. And there it is. Now, batting-wise, we're going to take a look at this. All right. And here are the Phillies. But we're going to do our analysis now as we show the stats. Philadelphia in game, you never know. Mike Schmidt is the type of guy who in Game 7 of the World Series will go like, he'll break out. He'll go like 4 for 5 with 2 home runs and be incredible. So you still got to worry about him. And here's the Blue Jays. Philadelphia has scored 5 innings of 45 total. And they go to a Game 7. It'll be in Philadelphia, game number 7. The road team has won every single game. I just don't know. Toronto, their last 3 clinching games. They're 3-0 in clinching games. The wild card they clinched. No, excuse me. They're 3-1 in clinching games. The wild card they clinched. They beat Chicago in a clinching game. So that's 2-0. They lost Game 6 to the Orioles, and then they won Game number 7 6-0. They won 6-1 in the wild card, 6-1 in Game 6 of the Chicago series, 6-0 in the ALCS, and now they are going to the World Series, and this is their first clinching game. They're 3-1 in clinching games. For Philadelphia, they're 2-1. They lost to, they were up 3-0 against the Braves, and it was 3-0. They lost a game they won, and then the clinching game against the Expos, they won. We're going to take a look at everything. We're going to take a look at the matchups there. Incredible. I just don't know what to think. Toronto, you have to do something. You have to do something with the catching position. You got to either take all defense or whatever. I'm going to save this thing, so 1 second here. It's going to go to all blue. Don't worry. It's going to go to all blue, and it's going to be like, oh, my goodness, don't worry about this. It is all blue. Don't worry, and there we go. So anyways, the pitching matchup here is John Denny versus Louise Leol. John Denny's at 117 for the ERA. Louise Leol is at 152 for the ERA. You take a look at today's games. Leol is 3-0 and hasn't lost. Denny is 1-2 and at 117. I will tell you this. Schmidt has been absolutely terrible in this World Series. As we go to a look at this. At bats, do we have hits? Home runs, RBIs, I don't know. So anyway, lineups, roster statistics. So taking a look, and this is all the postseason. Bo Diaz, 61 at-bats. This is all the postseason, 207. You see that Mike Schmidt is now hitting 207. He is 12 of 58. Before the series, he was about, he's hitting 207. Before the series, he was 20, so he was 38, 11 of 38. So he was hitting very well. He's just too good, and I say that. It's all one at-bat at a time. Louise Leol. If Leol is hot, Schmidt, I don't know who's better. I don't know if Schmidt is so good that if Leol is hot, Schmidt can go 3 for 3, 2 home runs, and everybody just zeros everywhere. Now, tomorrow is going to be a unique game time. Tomorrow there's, maybe 8:30 or so. I also have a surprise coming up after this game tomorrow, after I have a few beers in me, because tomorrow I'm going to start a tradition tomorrow. It's going to be one of the most hilarious traditions ever, and I got the game to do it, and the game is going to be really fun, and it's going to be some really wacky stuff, and it's going to be really awesome. In fact, I've been playing it the last couple nights, but it'll be a surprise. Take a look on my website and all that. We'll get it. But it's this game, this series is incredible. Let's take a look right now. I want to show you what I mean real quick. Take a look here, and then you view today's games. But take a look at this. All right, here's the World Series right here. Game 1, Toronto won 3-2. You see, the Phillies have only scored in 1 inning. Toronto did not lose. Game number 2 was 5-0. Toronto just blew them away, and Philadelphia did not score. All right, there you see it. It was incredible. Barry Bonnell was incredible. He was hitting .275 at the time. But you take a look at Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt was down to .250 at that. So he wasn't hitting near .400. I was wrong. Mike Schmidt was at .275 to begin the series. He's at .200 right now. He lost 75 points. Those were the things. Like, that's what the way it was. So then you see they only had 3. Then a chance for Toronto to go up 3-0. You saw that Toronto had a 2-0 lead, and Joe Morgan got that got the runs. That was the first time in, 13, 14 innings that Philadelphia scored, and they only scored once. See, they only scored once. That's the second inning that they scored in game number 3, and they won 4-2. The next game, it was Philadelphia and Toronto. See, Philadelphia only scored once in the 5th inning, and Toronto had a 1-0 lead, and they won that. See, that was the 3rd inning that they scored in 4 games. This is like the answer to a riddle. What's the least number of innings that you can score in a World Series and win? But then again, this inning, they broke it away as they had 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 9th. That was it. 1 in the very beginning, 1 at the very end. And they waited till Toronto tied it up in the bottom of the 8th inning. And see, Toronto, so that's Philadelphia. Inning number 4 is the 1st, and inning number 5 is the 9th inning. And then when you go back here, and this is today. This is today. Philadelphia scored in 1 inning. That's number, let's see, 1 in the 1st game, 1 in the 3rd game, 2 in the 4th game, that's 4, and 1 today, that's 5 innings. So number 5 was actually today in the 2nd inning. 5 innings they've scored, that's it. Toronto is, look at this is incredible. Toronto, the home run. So it's incredible. And now tomorrow, join us, Louise Leol against John Denny for the 1 game for the whole ball of wax in 1983. Who knows? I don't know. Is Toronto going to bust out in the first 4 innings? Every time they've had their rear-ended defeat in a series, Toronto in the first 4 innings goes bam and scores 5 or 6 runs. For Philadelphia to win tomorrow, Philadelphia is going to have to hold Toronto to nothing in the first 4 innings. Nothing in the first 4 innings. They're going to have 0 in the first 4 innings. For Philadelphia to win, I think they got to play small ball. They got to play small ball. They got to, whenever they get somebody on, use their speed. Use the fact that they got to choose between Ernie Witt and Buck Martinez. Buck Martinez is so good. Ernie Witt is going down. I would not be surprised if Buck Martinez got in. His offense is picking up. And because his offense is picking up and Ernie Witt is going down, then you go with Buck because he throws people out. So you got to do that. And for Toronto to win, they have to make no mistakes. If you take a look at the number of hits in the innings, the number of hits in the series, the number of hits, the number of opportunities, the number of innings that they've scored runs, the number of pressures, I made up this new stat. I made it up for baseball. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. A pressure is when you have 2 on with 0 or 1 out. When you have 2 on and one of those people is on third base with 0 or 1 out. So first and third, 1 out, that's pressure. Second and third with one out, that's a pressure. Second and third with two outs, I don't know. Maybe I'll include that. But right now I got to make it easy and then wonder about things in the next season. So I'll tell you what, this is just incredible. So now Game 7, that'll be tomorrow. Have a great day. I know, I'm just going to call it pressures. Toronto has had at least in the series 16 or 17 pressures. Philadelphia has had maybe 5 or 6. That's it. And not even all 5 innings that they scored. The one inning they scored was a 2-run home run with a person at first with 2 outs. So game number 7 tomorrow, the whole ball of wax, the whole shebang, the whole trophy. An incredible home run by Jesse Barfield today. It's just like Joe Carter. Just like Joe Carter. If they win the World Series, Barfield and Joe Carter will be up there. If Philadelphia wins the World Series tomorrow, they're going to reverse history and win their second World Series in 4 years. Toronto, Philadelphia, all tomorrow. It'll be awesome. Have a wonderful day. And believe it or not, let's see what time it is. It's 9:15. Canadian football coming up in a few minutes. Canadian football is coming up in a few minutes. We'll see you then.